Hi, I'm Matt, and welcome to the Synergy R&D Shop. I want to introduce a tool that's making our lives a lot easier and more accurate, the Synergy Alignment Aid. So why would you want an alignment aid? For us, it's making the job easier, faster, and a lot more accurate. We used to just use a tape measure and two people to go from tire to tire. Now, we simply hang a tape measure on one side and pull it to the other. This steel is a lot stiffer than rubber. Here in the R&D shop, we are always changing around the suspension on our Jeeps and trucks. The problem is setting up the tires afterwards, because we're going to go from place to place and we need to keep our tires alive. These tools really help us set a good alignment that lets these things go for a while. So with this tool, we have two sets of holes that allow it to fit 4 lug, 5 lug, 6 lug, 8 lug, 10 lug. We've done a lot of research, and this thing fits on pretty much any bolt pattern you probably have. So let me show you how this works on this Dodge behind me, and I also have an IFS truck that I can use to show you an initial alignment. This is a 21 Ram 3500. What we're really interested in here is this flat face on the rotor. This is going to be similar on pretty much all solid axle vehicles that have rotors, CJ, YJ. What we care about is this machine face that comes from the factory, really round and true. It's what our wheel bolts onto. We're going to be taking our alignment aid and we're going to be bolting onto it. This rotor can sometimes move, so we're going to have 2 points of contact down here and 1 point of contact up here, making a triangle to make sure that this flat machine face is reading accurate. Depending on the type of lug nuts your truck came with, you might either have these acorn style nuts or nuts that look like an actual nut with a washer. In this case, this acorn nut might pinch these mating surfaces, causing this to not sit flat. So what I'm going to do is install some washers beforehand in order to make sure I'm pinching smoothly on this. Another concern is keeping this machine face flat. In order to deal with that, I'm going to install a third lug nut up high to make a nice firm triangle. We're just installing these to snug the system up. You don't have to hammer these home. It doesn't need to be too tight. All right, we have our alignment plate attached to the other side, same 3-bolt pattern. Next, I'm going to take a measurement on the front by attaching the tape measure to the far side, bringing it over here. And then I'm going to do the same to the rear and bring it over here. I'm going to take the difference of those two numbers and set my toe. So I'm reading about 75.5. And here I'm reading about 75 3/8. The beauty of this tool is I was able to take both of those measurements with one person. On some vehicles, the tie rod is not continuous from knuckle to knuckle, such as the Jeep XJ or TJ. Those vehicles have a drag link that goes from the Fitment arm down to the knuckle, and then the tie rod connects to the drag link and goes all the way over to the other knuckle. On vehicles without a continuous tie rod, you're going to have to do the alignment at ride height. In that case, lift up the vehicle and support the axle with jack stands, and then put the vehicle back down so that it's at ride height when you perform the adjustment. That way, when you're driving down the road, the toe you set is the toe you get. So on an IFS truck, you're not going to be able to set an accurate permanent alignment like you can on a solid axle truck. You'll notice that we have this truck already up on jack stands. We've got the jack stands as far out as we possibly can get them safely, but we're still not able to put the full weight of the vehicle on because the wheels stick out farther and there's some more leverage pushing up. This is also a really complicated suspension compared to a solid axle. You got your tie rod, your lower control arm, your upper control arm, all going into this knuckle, and they each affect things differently, and they each can be changed. This tool can still really help you out though. Let's say you want to do an alignment that'll get you over to the next town, not a 1,000-mile road trip. This will get you there without scrubbing your tires to death. The other nice thing is we have this set up right now to do toe. We can do the same thing we did on the solid axle truck, check the front, check the rear, set it up. Pro tip, make sure your steering wheel's straight when you're doing that though. Otherwise you might set your toe with it turning right or left. You can also set your first pass camber with this tool. Just take your level, zero it out, rotate the tool up, and then attach the tool to the alignment plate.